What's going on, Cancer? And welcome to the Chariot Friends. Justin here, and I hope you're feeling fantastic today. Sidebar, Cancer. I'm in like my favorite time, so every time I'm cycling through the videos here, there's like always this little pocket where it's just like the video's just like it's Cancer, and then it's Cancer, and then it's Cancer, and I love it. But for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just amazing, Cancer. And it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy to have yourself as brought you here. We are in for an amazing journey. You hear that? That's just super amazing there, Cancer. But the purpose of this channel are for those of you who have Cancer in your placement. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, wherever, Cancer. This one's for you. And I do tarot card spreads based off our lovely ruler Rhonda here. Well, you know, the good old Moon. And I'll talk about what sign she's in, what phase she's in, and when she's going void of course. Just all of those lunar shenanigans. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one, so take what resonates with you. You can leave some of the lunar shenanigans with me. Never force a reading on a situation, and everything will be phenomenal, Cancer. Now, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Crystals, feeling lovely. Just great energy all around here, Cancer. And Cancer, the moon is going void of course today. And the moon is going to go void of course at about 10 o'clock in the morning. That's going to be, I think this is, no, when this is done, this is Eastern time. Thank you. And we'll be moving from Libra into Scorpio at about 12:55 so in the afternoon. So we're looking at about a 2-hour 55-minute void of course there, Cancer. And with the void of course energy, this would be good for that, Cancer. But with the void of course energy, this is about really just like doing some meditation, some deep breathing, just, really just kind of finding yourself, Cancer. I'm always a big fan of talk about like, how much we feel and things along those lines. It's good to kind of check in and just make sure that the stuff that we're picking up is even ours, and just kind of resetting, Cancer. And then also you may notice that your plans may be subject to unexpected changes during this time, but also that, people may be less likely to make decisions during this time as well, which is, couple that with Libra energy, that actually might be a little some extra trickiness there, Cancer. So, yeah, people are less likely to make decisions during this time, so something to pay attention to there. And with the moon being in Libra, at least for half of the day, the moon in Libra, since we're talking about indecisiveness, Libra energy can be indecisive. And it's not because they don't know what they want, it's just because they weigh all of the options. They've seen every side of everything. So it's just like that can lead them, they're just, can potentially lead to this oscillation Cancer. So just pay attention to that. And this is something too you may notice that you may need, like, because of that indecisiveness, that you may need like a sounding board, someone to just kind of bounce some ideas off. Libra is good for like one-on-one relationships, so this could be something where we are kind of strengthening like our friend bonds, familial bonds, love bonds, things along those lines, Cancer. Also great energy for if we have any sort of like maybe like paperwork as far as like contracts, things along those lines, or just doing stuff for other people there, Cancer. Just sharing sharing in the abundance. Maybe we're even hosting like a little get together, that little party. Libra's energy's all about that beauty aesthetics, the fine dining things, being Empress ruled. So just something to think about there too, Cancer. And then you couple that with the waxing crescent phase. This is a great energy for setting your intentions, Cancer. Really getting yourself geeked up and getting ready for you're really getting in the energy of your plan. So let's say if we started out a workout routine, it's just like how are we feeling? Is this going to be working? Are we going to need to switch things up a little bit? Are you feeling like you're growing? And this is a very intuitive energy as well. Really kind of tuning into the body and paying attention to those messages there, Cancer. And then last few things. these readings that I do, they're not gender specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations. And then the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested in Cancer. But also down below are some links for some other readers that I like watching, so definitely check them out. Very intuitive group. I feel like you really like them, Cancer. But let's talk about your general energy of the day here, since I couldn't wait. Got the 7th card of Sagittarius here, which is the White Rabbit card. And with this card, this is a card of spark of curiosity, gnosis, spiritual awakening. It's time. Ooh, heeding the call, research it, inner knowing, dark to light, going down the rabbit hole, and waking from a dream. An interesting Cancer. So the energies that are coming through here are the spiritual awakening, and it's time, Cancer. And I do feel like, and listen, Cancer, this is not saying that you're necessarily like, becoming like I mean, if you want to, become some sort of like spiritual healer or shaman, or like, getting into tarot, or fortune teller, like scrying, things along those lines. It's more so just like a really getting in touch with who you are, Cancer. I feel like an understanding what gifts that you've brought here and what we can do with them, Cancer, because we are in a very spiritual time right now with all this, especially for Pisces in particular, considering their form of conjunctions there, but us in Scorpio, then the zodiac as a whole, but us in Scorpio are feeling that even more potent than the rest of them, because they're forming, Saturn and Neptune are forming trines with our signs depending on where your Cancer placements are at, but just the fact that they're doing this stuff in Pisces in general, it is very spiritual energy. Like Pisces is very psychic, very intuitive. I've always thought that, it's interesting that they refer to Pisces as the moon. I really feel that, like, Pisces are like in the major arcana. Pisces definitely gives me more kind of high priestess vibes, like very just psychic, just like really, and there's this energy of we're in a time of, I feel like, too, of just like kind of like great compassion here, Cancer. I feel like that we're in an interesting time. Things are. Was I talking with you about this, Cancer? I think I may have been, but we're in a we're in an interesting time of growth. Because just thinking about Sagittarius energy, they're ruled by Jupiter, and we got it in good with Jupiter, not just Venus. Jupiter's exalted in our sign. It's even a little bit tighter than our relationship with Venus, only like a little bit, but we are in an interesting time, Cancer. I feel like of like not even just like individual awakenings, but just like of just like soul tribe. Like the conversations are a little bit differently. I feel like people are like feeling more and like being more intuitive, and there's still that balance. Like it's not that there's been a complete exile of something, of a way of thinking. It's like a more so like a reintegration of this more kind of intuitive side with the scientific side, like finding that type of balance there, Cancer. But I do feel like that this is a great energy for just getting in touch with yourself, maybe doing some meditation, maybe going for like some walks, just for you to get in that kind of, because it's the waning crescent here, they talk about it being referred to by with the high priestess, and it's our ruler there, Cancer. And I feel like it's you're really getting in tune with who you are, Cancer, and what the potential that you have brought here, having chosen the energies that you have. But let's get some tarot on this, Cancer. Look at that, we're continuing off of Mystical Monday here, I see. That's fine, Cancer. I feel I get it. You feeling extra intuitive this week? I'm with it. I hope so, Cancer. Thank you. Let's see what we got here, Cancer. Well, there's heat. Oh, and the Magician. Alright, so let's see, Cancer. So, Cancer, you have the King of Wands, the Two of Wands, and then the Magician in reverse here. And then we have the Page of Wands and the Eight of Stars upright. And this is a lot of heat, Cancer. This is a lot of heat that's, I feel like there's maybe for some there's this, either there's this idea that we have, or that maybe you've been hearing something that's been sparked, that sparked your interest, or something here, Cancer. There's something that's trying to get cooking up here. You got your cauldron out, and I feel and I feel that's a great place for you to be, considering how intuitive we were just talking you are. And I feel like this type of wands energy gives me like really kind of abundant type of like manifest state. And then come on, magician on top of that here. There's something that's like that's wanting to be tapped into, Cancer. This is where I feel like that energy of like where I was saying, like getting to really know who you are and what gifts and things you were meant to bring to the world here, Cancer. And I don't feel like it has to be, because when I talk about this stuff, I know it can seem a little bit grand and things along those lines, but it can be, and it can be, Cancer. All it takes is for you to, I don't know, maybe like just put something out there, like maybe like for example, maybe we're putting like telling like our story or something on the internet, starting like a blog or something along those lines, and then you inspire one person who inspires another, and then like everyone's getting to work here, Cancer, with the Eight of Stars popping up here, and it's just like you've I mean, this is like, look at what you've manifested, magician. But I do feel like that there is a need to act on these feelings, Cancer. Like if you've been feeling, again, curious, or even if you've just been like flirting with something, like an idea, and you happen to have like, just like it's time, like if we can carve out a little bit, like a moment or two to pursue something. Maybe this is just like a hobby. Maybe this is checking out maybe you want to go to like a dance class. I just went to which I meant like it's you never that's nature of my problem, Cancer, but it's I went to a yoga class with someone. They happened to have a pass, and it was an experience, Cancer. I don't hate that I went, but it's anyway, Cancer. I do feel like there's getting out there and growing, expanding, and like really yeah, that's sitting on this energy, Cancer, because the King of Wands, I don't know, like there's something here that's like, I feel like that almost like it's like higher self is even kind of cooking up for you here, like just some opportunities for you to jump at some things. But and then I feel like, Cancer, it almost feels like with this Eight of Stars here, this is like, considering that it's surrounded by all of these wands, it could be something where it's like we can turn, it doesn't have to be like a monotonous type of thing. It's something that we can be in, we can enjoy this thing as well, but it's just like very interesting, Cancer. All right, Cancer, I think we're gonna move on from that. I hope that made sense. Yeah, I thought so. Let me get a little bit more with this Eight of Stars here, Cancer. Oh, and the stars are. I forgot. I got a minute more. Oh, perfect. And I got a crystal too. The stars are pentacles, and the crystals are swords, Cancer. Just by the way, I remember I was talking about that last time. Oh, look at that. We got stars and all over the place. Okay. Ooh, more heat, Cancer. So we have the King. I feel the King of Crystals following you around too, and I'm actually glad that he came up. I got the King of Crystals here, the Page of Stars, and the Eight of Wands here, Cancer. And I do feel like, Cancer, it's time to get this energy moving. I feel like there's a lot that we may be sitting on here, and I feel like it's not even, this have to be a lot of big things. This could be like small little things. Maybe thinking about, I think I want to make more smoothies in the morning, or maybe I want to maybe go for walks, or maybe I want to, maybe I've always been curious about falconry. I don't know, Cancer. We're just spitballing here. Libra energy, but I do feel that there is something here about, getting into that state of manifesting, Cancer. Page of Stars. The pages are like new opportunities, and I mean, Page of Wands, Page of Stars here. It's like we're cooking up something great here, Cancer. Cooking up something exciting, but it's maybe for some, I feel like maybe this is something where, even just considering with this, now you got a couple kings here. It's like where maybe this is something where we need to learn from a teacher, possibly, or at least just learn maybe even from another source. Even, this could be, watching YouTube videos. Maybe we're looking at Udemy courses. Maybe we know maybe we know a friend of a friend of a friend who knows a guy who can, like something along those lines. Cancer, like really getting this type of I don't know, Cancer. It's like really getting this energy to work is what it feels like with this Eight of Stars is what's going on here. Because this is Eight of Stars. This is the Sun in Virgo, and so it's like getting in that routine. It almost feels like it's find a way to incorporate this thing in like your day to day, Cancer. Very interesting, but. All right, Cancer. Let's see. What am I gonna do here? We're just rolling with the Cancer. Let's get some challenges. Alright, Cancer, let's see what we got here for some challenges. Oh, look at you, Emperor. Taking charge. Oh, maybe. Oh, surprise. Oh, and the World. And the Hermit. Virgo. Alright, Cancer. Got a nice little spread here, so some challenges. So you have the Seven of Cups, the Knight of Cups, the Nine of Crystals, the Emperor, the Hermit, and the World here, Cancer. And so where do we start here, Cancer? Let's go down the row. So with this Seven of Cups here, I do feel like that some challenges, Cancer. I feel like it's almost that maybe for some there's just like maybe we have like a lot of ideas, maybe there's been a lot that we've been trying to interpret, or maybe we've been feeling like we're still maybe getting like mixed messages as far as like what we really want to go after, or maybe there's been this sense of doubt in what we're just this gives me that maybe there's some sort of like stagnant energy here, and I don't feel like it does feel like that maybe it's coming from a place of I don't know. I was like, Because this Nine of Crystals is almost just giving me about something that it's not necessarily giving me like the sad, like, because Nine of Crystals can be rather intense, but it's giving me more so like there's been something on our minds as of late, like, and it feels like that just with it's time, it can lead to this type of spiritual awakening here. I feel like if we take charge here and really kind of act on whatever this some sort of message, I feel like messages that we might be receiving, whether this be through our dreams, maybe this again through ideas, maybe this is like you happen to be thinking about something. Here's an example, Cancer. Maybe you happen to think about something, and then you're talking with someone, and then they happen to bring up the thing you've been thinking about, just like random things like that, Cancer. I feel that there is really kind of paying attention to it's like when to act, Cancer. It's interesting here what's going down, but I feel that the type of reward, because we were just talking about Saturn being in Pisces. Here's Saturn, the World. I feel like the reward could be, what we can get from this thing is this more than anything else, like, and what's whatever our goal is that we're looking for, Cancer. But the biggest thing I feel that Saturn brings first and foremost, if we can't find anything else in the lessons that Saturn brings, is wisdom. There is this sense of, because in order to get to that, because I was about to say, do you have the King of Crystals? Absolutely. That's what Saturn brings all day. is wisdom and understanding of why we went through a certain thing, why the trials, the tribulations, the doubts, the all of this stuff, because it's meant to bring you. I mean, I was gonna say to your kingly state, but to your emperor state. You know, this it's meant to get you to this feeling solid, feeling accomplished. Oh, why did I say they were in reverse? I don't. Oh, Cancer, we're not doing reversals. I just realized that we're not doing reversals, but it's But clearly, that's the energy that wanted to come out there, Cancer. So I'm gonna. Interesting, Cancer. What? All right, let's get some advice from Venus. Alrighty, Cancer. That's a little bit here. Oh, and there's Capricorn. Causing trouble. No, I'm kidding. So, Cancer, you have the Devil, the Ace of Crystals, the Ace of Cups, the Two of Cups, and then the Ten of Stars here, Cancer. And let's switch back over. Because with this energy, Cancer, I do feel that there is this energy of because this Ace of Swords, Ace of Cups, to me, these are, the aces are like they're the seeds, and I feel like it's, the seeds, towards building towards this Ten of Pentacles here, this Ten of Stars, towards your legacy. But I feel that there is a need to. It's like really being intentional with where we're manifesting. I feel like there is when we're going to set these goals and set out to, because Saturn rules over Capricorn along with Aquarius, and I feel like that with this energy, it's like when we're setting off on this endeavor here, it's remembering that there's. It's like it's like this energy of like this bond is strengthening here, Cancer. Or I feel like it's like a need to really tune into, make sure that we're connected with our higher selves, future selves, spirits, ancestors, however we connect with the source, Cancer. And when we're under these, when we're going through this journey, Cancer, and it's like even because the devil has a very unorthodox way of helping us grow, Cancer, and it can seem like this is putting us down, and it could sow those seeds of doubt in our dreams, and kind of get to where our intuition feels like where we start doubting ourselves, and but the devil is there to remind us that it takes work sometimes to keep that level of balance and that connection with your head and your heart there, Cancer, and keeping that grounded and keeping that energy going. But I do feel that there's. It's like we were talking about with the Eight of Stars. I feel like it's like with repetition and with more, once this becomes more routine, Virgo energy, Hermit here, then I feel like we're gonna be able to manifest get closer to your world there, Cancer, and get on back. So we start back over on that full energy. Start something else up there, Cancer, but. I think I'm going to leave that there, so I hope that made sense, Cancer. I tell you, you're getting all becoming a prophet on me. And it's like Venus, just where we're getting ready to get into a very introspective time, speaking of Virgo energy. I keep mentioning this, but we're going to get a lot of planets are going to be retrograde around it'll be at its peak in Virgo season, but we are getting ready to we're getting into that introspective type of period here, Cancer, and so it's just something to think about. But if you like that, Cancer, give it a thumbs up and share this. If you know someone who's been I don't know, Cancer, maybe someone who's been kind of asking these kind of bigger questions, as far as just like, what it is that what is our purpose here, what we're trying to create, what do we want to, where do we want to grow, and what things are holding us back, and, something to Cancer to think about, just because you got the Seven of Cups and the Devil here, because Seven of Cups for me sometimes can be like a prelude to a Devil moment, where like we get into that escapism type of route here, and it's yeah, we want to be mindful of that, Cancer, because sometimes there's that sometimes in that effort to just be mindful of that, Cancer. But yeah, I'm about to get back to your reading, and then share with all these emperors. Tell them all to subscribe, hit that bell button to get notified on all these videos each week or each day. Excuse me, Cancer. And then I'm on this meditation app, Insight Timers. Might be something to think about, Cancer. And I started a group on there called Zodiacs Raising the Vibration. And it's just a group to post positive affirmations, encouraging messages, things along those lines. And as the group grows, I'm going to start posting different healing music and guided affirmations, meditations, things along those lines. Do like going within with the hermit, or cycle completion with the world. But we're still working that out. Devil and I gotta talk with everyone. I need to make a list, Cancer. But definitely check that out. And then lastly, check your sun, moon, rising. Check your Saturn placement, Cancer. Mine's in Aquarius. And then check your Mercury too. Mine's in Leo. And then come on over to I had to really think about that. Come on over to my other channel, the Alchemist 8. I do videos Monday through, or I'm all over the place, Cancer. I do videos weekly there. It's a good old time. And all that housekeeping down in the description box below. But let me get you some prize cards here, so I can get you out of here, Cancer. And on to new experiences with the six of crystals here. And we are in a state, Cancer, and before I get your oracle card. With the Six of Crystals, we are in a time of where we're moving on to that next cycle. Like it is thinking about what's next. Where do you want to grow? Where do you want to manifest? What are we trying to? What stuff do we need to let go? It's decision time, and it's time. And I don't feel like it's. And again, don't. Even with all this heat, and that might be something too. Maybe some of us have been feeling maybe kind of anxious or something along those lines, and it's just like, try not to let that get to where we get in like that reactive state, Cancer, where we get in that kind of like panic mode. It's just take a moment, kind of breathe, assess the situation here, and then figure out where we're going from that direction. So let's see. Let's get your other oracle card here. Thank you. Let's see what we got here, Cancer. Yes, Cancer, absolutely. You got the chamomile card here, which is the ninth card, which is hermit energy. And Cancer. Oh yeah, we're gonna really talk about that, Cancer. And this is ruled by the sun and the moon. I like that because in all this, Cancer, and when we're going through these routines, and we're doing this healing, and like the childhood healing, inner child healing, and just like relate boundaries, and just with all this stuff that's going down, Cancer, it can be hard to just like find a moment to just zen, just really get in the Queen of Cups zone. And look at this chick, she's like melded with the earth. And that's where I feel that it's just with all this that is going down, I do feel that, find moments, Cancer, to have moments of peace, to where just like everything is in balance and in harmony. Because I love that it's the sun and moon energy, that masculine, feminine energy. It's just like, just keeping that. And Cancer, if your sun signs in Cancer, it's the dispositor of the sun is the moon, so it's just, or excuse me, the dispositor of Cancer is the moon, considering the sun is in that sign. And so it's like how does that harmony all kind of blend together? It's really peaceful there, Cancer. And just a sidebar, Cancer. This is not medical advice or anything, but chamomile is bae. I love chamomile. Like I drink chamomile often. Actually, it's been a little bit since I've made some tea with that one. I may actually make some here tonight, Cancer. So bam, look at that. But I think I'm gonna leave that there. So you stay safe out there, Cancer. All this spiritual, all this shamanic energy that you're bringing here. I don't know what you're trying to do, Cancer, but I'm with it. And you keep eyes on the moon, same with that lunar energy, because she's trying to develop that inner peace, Cancer, and keep us calm, keep us cool, keep us collected, keep us connected. So, I like that. And I will catch you on the next one tomorrow.